So one morning, my knee totally locked up. Was very surprising. I completely could not bend my knee. And I really could only hobble on it. And I wasn't sure what to do about it. I couldn't straighten it. I could only bend it. It felt completely locked. It was the strangest thing I'd ever felt in my life. So I ended up in the emergency room. I work in medicine. I'm a researcher. I have arthritis in both my knees. And I don't want to have a knee replacement. I've already had 2 hip replacements, so I really knew what the orthopedic surgeon was going to say. I have to tell you, this is what was so horrible. But you can be in pain in the ER, but guess what? They're going to give you some high dose Motrin, like 800 milligrams, and say, make an appointment for the orthopedic surgeon. So did that help my locked knee? No, not really. I'm fortunate that I was able to make some phone calls and get in to see my orthopedic surgeon, but I really wasn't ready for any kind of conversation about a knee replacement. So I built a plan. That's the key. Now, granted, it was the fastest plan I know of, but it was a plan. And frankly, I knew that losing weight, strengthening my muscles that support my knee, that protects them, even working on my ankles, which almost nobody talks about. So in this video, I'm going to show you exactly some of the things I'm doing and what the science supports about this and what has changed for me. I am MC every week to talk about all things health, wellness, and aging. I'm a health researcher with a PhD in health psychology, and I've been working in research for the past 25 years. Please join me each week. I'd love to hear what you're doing to preserve your joints and muscles as you get older. So, what kind of plan can you make when you see that you have to do something to avoid surgery? And what does it mean to have arthritis in my knee? The knees are the true supporter of your process of walking. They're the shock absorbers. There's cartilage, and basically it takes a lot of the load of when you're walking with your heel and your toes and then up to the knees. And I know that there is going to be a lot of things to do to reduce my pain, improve my function, and delay or even prevent any kind of surgery. And that's really the bet I'm making with my plan. So right now, I'm down 55 pounds. And frankly, I'm going to be honest, for every single pound you lose, you are reducing about 4 pounds of force off of your knees. That's a lot. Each pound that you lose will help reduce the force off of your knees. So when you're moving and doing things, that's a big change. So I'm super happy that I've lost 55 pounds. The other thing I'm doing now that I'm recovered from my hip replacement is I'm strengthening my quads. I'm strengthening my glutes. I'm strengthening my calves. I'm strengthening my ankles by doing simple ankle exercises. They talk about them every single day. And I want to make sure that I do this slowly and surely so that I don't injure myself. That's the key. Weight loss, you don't want to injure yourself. You want to be honest about what you're doing so that you can keep all the exercise as low impact, focus on my nutrition so that I'm going to help support any kind of collagen. I'm taking collagen, I'm taking creatinine, I'm trying a new protein powder because I'm so picky when it comes to protein drinks. I hate it when they taste grainy or some kind of powdery stuff. It's horrible. The other thing I'm doing besides nutrition and losing weight, making myself stronger. The glutes and the quads are so important because they control how our knees move and absorb the power when we have weak hips and the knee collapses inward. When the knees collapse inwards, that's when you're losing control and you don't have enough strength in your glutes and your quads. So, truthfully, it's about doing daily exercises. I'm doing bridges and leg lifts, sit to stands, but I'm doing it very slow. I'm even doing the thing with my little kettlebell, which is what they call walking with the kettlebell and then moving it to the other hand, walking for a little while. I'm walking backwards slowly too. That's another thing that helps you with glutes and quads. And believe me, I'm going slow because guess what? I'm the girl who had a femur broke about 6 or 7 years ago, and I do not want to fall. I do not want to injure myself. I want to focus on slow, methodical processes where I am just doing the 3 to 4 simple exercises, 10 to 15 reps, doing them 1 to 2 times, keeping it reasonable, really reasonable. And you know something? I hired a personal trainer who helped me understand form. That was really helpful. Not everyone can afford that. So, you know something? Look at yourself in a mirror. See how your posture is. Posture is, I am so aware of my posture. Posture is the king of everything. And you have to strengthen your core with posture. So that's something I'm really very sensitive to. So what is it about doing the glute training? You do it with good form and you do it in the mirror if you need to, or get a few trainings to help someone help you with form. The other thing which no one talks about, ankle strengthening. It really pays off. I noticed the difference about my ankles about 2 weeks in when I started doing these ankles, the little rotation of your ankles. You do the circles, then you do the points and up and down, and then you stand on your toes and the heel lifts, and then you do the ones where you're lifting the toes. And then I used the band to also do the ankles sideways. These are things that nobody talks about. No one talks about how the more you have stability with your ankle, the better you're going to do with your knee. It's a whole thing. When you are walking, it is a whole process. And if your ankle is stiff, guess what? So, what's changed so far? And my honest progress is it's slow. And there are times that I do have pain and that stairs are challenging and sleeping is not easy, but I'm using a wonderful cream. I have Asper cream and I also have that Voltaire cream. Both of those help my knees a lot. And the weight loss did a big deal with my my knees. My knee pain is truly much better. I don't have it as much, and I have reduced the amount of Tylenol I'm taking. I'm now only taking 1 pill in the morning. So you have to really become active if you have arthritis in your knees, because I don't want to have my knees lock up again and end up in the ER. I want to make sure that I am doing everything I can to avoid knee replacement. So if you have arthritis and you're looking at maybe the future that may include some kind of knee replacement, do everything you can to avoid surgery. Sometimes those injections can help a lot. They've helped me. I think the last injection I had was maybe 5 years ago. I had a knee injection then for my left knee because that's where I have the most arthritis. The key is to do something every single day to strengthen your muscles. And I think that no matter what, this will help you so that even if you do end up having to have some type of knee replacement, which I'm praying that's something I don't have to face, that basically you have strong muscles and that I'm hopeful in the future that perhaps knee replacements will be done some other way that's not surgery. I'm hoping that they're going to be able to help you regrow the cartilage that's in your knee. That's my hope. So if I can avoid knee surgery for another 5, 6, 7 years, hey, Maybe cartilage is going to be the dream of instead of having a knee replacement. So, my friends, if you're facing any kind of hip replacement, knee replacement, shoulder surgery, these are the things that we are going to have to address as we get older. That is our risk. And making ourselves stronger, increasing our fitness, reducing our weight, giving ourselves the best physical self that we can. It will pay off no matter whether we have to have a surgery or we don't. Being as physically fit and as healthy as we possibly can is always going to be of service to our best outcome in any type of surgery. So be well, my friends. You have this one precious life. Let's live it to the fullest into our 80s and 90s, vibrant and eagerly doing the things that we enjoy to do each day. So please subscribe. Please join me here each week. I would love to hear what you're doing to strengthen your body and to make yourself the very best version of who you are as you get older. I'll talk to you next time. Bye-bye. So thank you so much for joining me at Healthy by George. I hope you found the information inspiring and that it encourages you on your wellness journey. Because remember, your body, your well-being are a most precious gift, and every tiny action taken daily can make a huge difference. I hope the information here is educational purposes. It is not meant to replace your medical care. See your doctor and talk about what works for you. If you enjoyed today's content, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Your support means the world to me, and it helps me continuing creating content that inspires and empowers you to live your best life. Goodbye for now, and join me again at the next Healthy by George.